My soul is fed with needle and thread. For a number of reasons, perhaps the COVID lockdowns, an emphasis on sustainability, or the satisfaction of creating something that's handmade, sewing is making a comeback. This Friday and Saturday, a sewing shop in Waukesha is hosting a customer appreciation event to mark a major milestone. Frank Healy puts so much more in our Sunday morning spotlight.
Originally started in 1973. My grandfather opened the store 50 years ago. It's our 50th year anniversary this year. He opened up in downtown Waukesha in a store roughly about 900 square feet, just doing machine sales and machine service with very few notions.
Brad Clayman, grandson of Frank Kerchowski, along with his wife Wendy Clayman, say things have changed a lot since Brad took over Frank's sewing center from his grandfather. While many people may think it's old-fashioned to thread a machine and sew something yourself, for Brad, he says he was eager to get involved.
Basically, right after high school, my grandfather was getting ready to retire. He was just ready to hang it up and wanted to know if I was interested. At that point, I said, yeah. So I came down for basically 3 years working with him. In '94 is when he completely retired. I took it over 100%, and we just never looked back.
His grandfather taught him every aspect of the business. Together, they offered repairs for customers, new machines, and a limited stock of other sewing notions.
Doing repairs on an honorable, reasonable price, giving customer a good value, treating the customer right.
But as times changed, so did the business, as it moved to a new, bigger location on St. Paul Avenue.
We used to be called Frank's Sewing Center, but when we became all this and moved to Fox Run, we just decided to change the name because we're so much more than just a basic sewing store. It is a happy place, and people come in here and they're happy and they're excited to see what we have.
Wendy Clayman, co-owner and store manager of So Much More, says when they made the move, more than just the name changed. The new space meant they could stock more of what customers were looking for. It also meant that they could do more.
She has her two sewn right sides together.
You see that spark in their eye where they get excited about learning something new.
Like classes, people from ages 8 to 80, all learning how to sew, quilt, and more. Wendy says before all this, she was an occupational therapist, but wasn't happy with the job. That's when she made her first quilt and got hooked on making things.
I decided that my passion of working with people, which was what led me to occupational therapy, maybe could be better served by crafting with other people. When people take a class and they find out that they can do this, whatever this is, quilting, garment sewing, it is so empowering because now they have a skill that they didn't know that they had.
The biggest thing that hasn't changed, however, is their old-fashioned, family-owned dedication to the community.
You don't sew?
No, actually I don't.
Well, good for you for being brave today and trying it.
Offering the people of Waukesha and beyond the classes, notions, sewing machines, and repairs needed to take part in something a lot of people might have not done since they were in home ec class. Making clothing, blankets, hats, or anything they can think of.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
I don't care what it looks like.
Sure. Brad says as many people bring in multiple machines to get serviced, it's also about family history.
And one of those machines may be one that was handed down through the family, and they don't want to be without them.
Yeah. And I don't care what it costs, I just want it fixed.
Not a problem.
And their family stories intertwined with the Claymans, as those same machines were often bought from Brad's grandfather decades ago.
We bought a sewing machine there. I still have it. You've serviced it so many times, so those stories are fun to hear.
Brad and Wendy say they're honored to continue the legacy.
We are so grateful for our customer base because they have supported this business for so long.
My grandfather said, the most valuable people in the world are the customers that walk through our doors. So, because without the customers, none of this would be available to us today. So.
Yeah, whatever works.
Sure, perfect.